This episode of Southeast Iowa Today is brought to you by Griner Auto Body of Washington, Iowa, using state-of-the-art techniques and decades of experience to get your car back on the road after an accident. Car Doctor of Washington, Iowa. No matter who Frankensteined it, they can fix it, clean it, and customize it. McDonald Boatyard of Keota, Iowa, for all your farm equipment and auto recycling needs. For great food, it's Your Choice Family Restaurant of Wayland, Iowa. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Try the John Bain sandwich on your next visit. Girling Repair of Winfield, Iowa. If your mower is dead, call Fred, your Husqvarna, Aaron's, and Gravely dealer. Fred also fixes and sells snowblowers. B&B Propane and the family of jet stops. CW Tree Trimming, LLC. We're into your trees, not your wallet. Serving all of Henry County and the surrounding area, and we offer a senior citizen and veteran discount.
Iowa Technology Systems delivers professional IT services. From company networks to home computers, we keep you connected with reliable service you can trust. Enterprise IT services, quality computers, and local IT support. All designed to keep your technology running smoothly. Visit www.iowatechsys.com to see how our services can help you.
Dutch Market and Coffee Talk of Washington, Iowa. Dutch Market can handle all of your grocery needs. They even have a conference room that you can use for free. Coffee Talk's drive-thru is open and ready to serve you coffee, energy drinks, sandwiches, baked goods, and ice cream. They all present the award-winning Southeast Iowa Today. Here's the author of Christie's Journey, The Beat Goes On, and your host, John Bain.
Thank you, announcer Cody Roy of NewEnglandDukes.com for your golden pipes and wonderful introduction. Welcome to episode 173 of Season 3. It's the last episode of Season 3, and Season 4 will start fresh in the new year of 2026. Since this episode drops December 31st, 2025, New Year's Eve, I thought it appropriate to share with you the top 11 Southeast Iowa Today with John Bain episodes. 173 episodes produced in 2025. I don't know about you, but to me that sounds like a lot. I think so, especially for me, since I'm the one going out and doing the interviews and covering the meetings and, in general, mining podcast gold so I can bring you podcast excellence week in and week out. My goal has always been to bring you a minimum of 2 episodes per week, which over 52 weeks would be, of course, 104 episodes. I like to underpromise and overdeliver. At this time, I also feel it is important to thank all the folks that send me tips and help point me in the right direction so that I can bring you the truth of what is going on and who is doing what in Southeast Iowa. To those people, and they know who they are, I thank you. Part of the reason I just said that the way that I did is because there are lots of people who reach out to me. So many that it would be quite a while to name them all, and quite frankly, they don't want to be named. So thank you all again, and I look forward to working with you all again in 2026. I also at this time want to thank my day tripping buddy Bob DeWitt for coming up with great locations within a day from Southeast Iowa to check out. Bob and I did 16 day tripping episodes this year, and I look forward to seeing where and what Bob comes up with in 2026. So Bob, get on it. Season 3 has been a phenomenal year of growth, and I need to thank you, dear audience, for making that happen. If it weren't for you watching my podcast, sharing the episodes, telling your friends to follow my Facebook page, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and follow me on Spotify, X, iHeart, TuneIn, Podbean, Amazon Music, Apple Music, and all of the other platforms where podcasts are available, well, I wouldn't be doing this. By you doing all this and being a loyal audience member and being an active participant, you make it happen. It just wouldn't grow like it has, and it wouldn't be any fun without you. So, Thank you for being in this with me. And since we are talking about it, can you go ahead right now and, you know what, give this episode a like, follow, and subscribe? I appreciate you. As I said before, season 3 has been phenomenal. The past couple of seasons, I would get excited if I got 100 views on an episode. Now, don't get me wrong, I appreciate all views that I get per episode, but now in season 3, the episodes are achieving literally thousands of views. Yes, thousands of views. And as I said earlier, it happens for all the reasons I have mentioned. And I could go on talking about this all day, but I know what you want me to tell you. And the top 11 episodes of 2025 for the podcast. And so now let's get started. Coming in at number 11 of the most popular episodes of 2025, it's Judy Heisel versus Chauncey Molding, Lee Dimmitt, Susie Drish, Dee Sandquist, and Amanda Marino, MD. On this episode, I read and shared the November 3rd, 2025 e-file to the Jefferson County Clerk of District Court from plaintiff Judy Heisel versus Jefferson County, Iowa, Chauncey Molding individually and in his official capacity, Lee Dimmitt individually and in his official capacity, Susie Drish individually and in her official capacity, Dee Sandquist individually and in her official capacity, Amanda Marino, MD, individually and in her official capacity, defendants. Judy Heisel brings this action to redress wrongs committed against her relating to her end of employment with Jefferson County for violations of her civil rights, for defamation, and for malicious prosecution. If you haven't watched this yet, go through my library on whatever platform you watch or listen on, and you can find it there. More will be coming up on this in 2026, and I will bring it to you as it happens. The 10th most viewed episode is Kicking the Can. Henry County, Iowa Board of Supervisors still contemplating process to reimburse deputy legal fees. On this episode, I attend the Henry County Board of Supervisors weekly meeting at the Henry County Courthouse in Mount Pleasant, Iowa. On the agenda, approval of minutes, County Engineer Jake Hotchkiss weekly updates, P&Z Joe Buffington, Lot 1, Schlatter Subdivision, Phase 2 in Section 15, Jefferson Township. This was moved to a later date. Discussion and possible action seeking outside counsel for reimbursement to Carlos Lopez. Discussion with local morticians and county responsibilities. That was moved to a later time that day. Supervisors subcommittees. The supervisors had kicked the can down the road in regard to reimbursement to Deputy Carlos Lopez. Whatever you do, you need to watch this whole episode and especially public comment. Make sure you, as always, put your thoughts in the comment section down below and make sure to give this episode a like, follow, and subscribe. Coming up at the 9th most watched episode, it's Henry County, Iowa Board of Supervisors meeting, October 23rd, 2025. On this episode, I attend the Henry County Board of Supervisors weekly meeting. On the agenda, approval of minutes, approval of claims, County Engineer Jake Hotchkiss weekly updates, Fremont Avenue Culvert Replacement bid opening, Treasurer DVH credit refund error, letter, public hearing and first reading of Traffic Code Enforcement Ordinance, motion to create Information Technology IT as a standalone county department, answerable to the Board of Supervisors. Supervisor subcommittees. Stick around until the end of this episode of Podcast Excellence because public comment is mined into podcast gold. Also, loyal viewers and listeners, I want you to know, and I'm sure you already did, that I'm a man of my word. After today's meeting, I asked Henry County Auditor Robin Dietrich if she would have time to go on camera so I could ask her about the facts. She told me not at this time. It all happened October 23rd, 2025. The 8th most viewed episode was Chad White's written questions regarding Deputy Lopez case and Henry County Attorney's Office's response. On this episode, I shared with you the written questions that Henry County Supervisor Vice Chairman Chad White had for the Henry County Attorney. In turn, I shared the County Attorney's Office's response. Before that, though, I shared with you Chad White's thoughts from the December 11th meeting regarding his belief that the Board of Supervisors should seek outside counsel. Along with that, you will see and hear Board of Supervisor member Steve Dietrich's opinion regarding Iowa Code on this subject. Obviously, there's a lot more to come on this, and I'll do my best to cover it all. The 7th most viewed episode of 2025 is Mount Pleasant School Board terminates contract with paraeducator William Barnes. On this episode, I attended the Mount Pleasant, Iowa Community School District Board of Education meeting. The board has new members, and one of their first tasks was to determine whether or not to fire an educator. Superintendent John Henriksen recommended to the Board of Education to terminate the contract of paraeducator William Barnes. Mr. Barnes explained his side of the situation, and the board ultimately determined to sever ties with him. Watch the full interaction right here. It all happened December 8th, 2025. This was an episode that received a lot of comments, and some people didn't like the promo I produced for the episode. Some said it was sensationalized, and others didn't think it was fair that I showed someone getting fired. What I reminded all that commented, and I'll do it again right here, when I produce a promo that is attention-getting, it is to get you to know that that episode is coming up so that I can get the most viewers to watch. First of all, I want you to watch. Second of all, I owe it to my sponsors, those great local businesses, to get you to watch. Thirdly, Mr. Barnes had already signed his termination letter, and after a little bit of time, he asked to have an opportunity to try to get his job back by speaking publicly to the Board of Education at their public meeting. Folks, you know this already because the people in my audience are smart. If you speak at a public meeting, you have given up your right to anonymity on the topic. And finally, everything I put in a promo is true. I just jazz it up a bit with some music in the background and a sense of urgency in my voice. And that's all I do. Coming in at the 6th most viewed episode of 2025, it's Henry County, Iowa Board of Supervisors meeting department head updates, November 6, 2025. On this episode, I attended the Henry County Board of Supervisors meeting at the Henry County Courthouse in Mount Pleasant, Iowa. On the agenda for the meeting, approval of agenda, approval of minutes, approval of claims, department head meeting, County Engineer Jake Hotchkiss weekly update, Henry County snow removal bids, supervisors subcommittees, and public comment. And of course, stick around until the end for public comment, also known as Podcast Gold. It all happened November 6, 2025. Well, we are halfway through the list. I'm going to take a quick rest here and be right back after this obscene profit center break. Pfeiffer Sawmill, your local home for kiln-dried lumber and affordable trailer decking to your specifications, all in Rome, Iowa, serving Mount Pleasant and all surrounding areas. Do you like to throw a hatchet? They've got your board. Call Ben today at 319-931-4544. Did you know that I'm not only one of your favorite podcasters, or even your favorite podcaster, but that I'm an author too? That's right. I'm the author of this book right here, Christy's Journey, The Beat Goes On. This is a true story about my daughter and my family. Back in June of 2019, my daughter Christy, at 29 years old, experienced cardiac arrest while at work at her job in Northeast Texas. The Lord lined up angels to save her, from her fellow employees to first responders to the doctors that figured out what was wrong. It was quite a journey. It turns out that Christy was born with a birth defect in her heart, something her mother and I never knew. Her pulmonary artery was on the wrong side of her heart. Christy was saved, and our entire family is eternally grateful and thankful. I would tell our story to different people, and I would say, the Lord has a plan for us, but I'm not smart enough to know what that is. So many times people would respond to me that I should write a book. Well, I'll tell you, it was the best thing that I could have done, and I hope you are interested in checking it out. If so, it's in lots of libraries in Iowa and in Texas. If you would like to have your own copy of our inspirational experience, you can get it online wherever books are sold, or go to BoBainDesigns.com and get it for $13.57, which is over $3 off the retail price. Welcome back. Please make sure to thank my sponsors for bringing you this podcast when you do business with them. I sure appreciate it, and they will realize that their hard-earned advertising dollars are well spent here. Our fifth most viewed episode of 2025 is Henry County, Iowa IT and Safety Director Derek Wellington has resigned. On this episode, I attend the Henry County, Iowa Board of Supervisors meeting at the Henry County Courthouse in Mount Pleasant, Iowa. Henry County, Iowa IT and Safety Director Derek Wellington resigned, and Henry County Supervisor Steve Dietrich has a couple of concerns regarding the resignation letter and the time between when it was submitted by Mr. Wellington and when the Board of Supervisors was made aware. Make sure to watch the public comments at the end of this episode. This is part 1 of the Board of Supervisors meeting. It all happened October 9th, 2025. Can you guess what the fourth most viewed episode of 2025 is? You don't have to, because I'm going to tell you right now. Coming in at number 4 is I Respond to Henry County, Iowa Auditor Robin Dietrich's public comments. Now, on this episode, I responded to recent public comments by Henry County, Iowa Auditor and Board of Supervisors Secretary Robin Dietrich. At the October 16, 2025 Board of Supervisors meeting, Ms. Dietrich stated that when Board of Supervisors meetings are posted on social media, the public isn't getting the facts, and the posts and comments make it hard for the county departments to work together. I contend that when I post a Henry County Board of Supervisors meeting, I'm showing the meeting as it happens so that those who can't attend get honest coverage of the meeting. Also, on this podcast episode, I read to my audience the public comment that Ms. Dietrich had posted to the KILJ radio website. That was some wild stuff there, as I'm sure that many watching right now do recall. The third most viewed episode of Southeast Iowa Today with John Bain is Henry County, Iowa Board of Supervisors meeting. Department heads share passionate concerns. October 2nd, 2025. This was good. On this episode, I attend the Henry County Board of Supervisors meeting at the Henry County Courthouse, of course, in Mount Pleasant, Iowa. The meeting included the following: department head meeting, county engineer Jake Hotchkiss weekly updates, approval of Henry County waste disposal contract, which was moved to next week's meeting since Supervisor Chad White was absent, Supervisors Subcommittee reports, and public comment. During the department head meeting, Henry County Assessor Nathan Milks shared his thoughts and opinions regarding Director of IT in the Auditor's Office, Derek Wellington, and what Mr. Milks calls Mr. Wellington's attack on Supervisors Chad White and Steve Dietrich. It was a very riveting meeting. A representative from the county attorney's office shared that Henry County Deputy Carlos Lopez had been removed from the county's Brady Giglio list, and Supervisor Dietrich asked if it was over or if the county attorney would be filing an appeal. The county attorney's office representative stated he had no comment. Don't miss the podcast gold, otherwise known as public comment, at the end. It all happened October 2nd, 2025. Coming in at the second most watched episode of 2025 is Cowardly Letter to Henry County Citizens Shared. On this episode, I shared the infamous letter that Henry County citizen Leland Graber has shared with members of the Henry County, Iowa courthouse and alluded to over the past several months at Board of Supervisor meetings. It's an anonymous, malicious letter containing mention of an act not for public mention, so make sure to censor in your own household. This first dropped on December 22nd, 2025. Now remember, this season I have put out there for you to watch and or listen to 173 episodes. I'm just highlighting 11 of those episodes. These 11 episodes were the ones with the most views. There were others that had just a little less views than these that did not make the list, but they are worthy to be deemed podcast excellent, just as much as the ones on the program today. And as they say in the biz, without further ado, the number one most watched episode of 2025 is When Will Henry County, Iowa Sheriff Get Paid? Hasn't been paid since December 10th, 2024. On this episode, I took you to the Henry County Board of Supervisors meeting at the Henry County, Iowa Courthouse in Mount Pleasant, Iowa. Sheriff Rich McNamee was on the agenda, and he wanted to know when he will be paid. Somehow, his paycheck deposits from the county were routed to Green Dot Bank, a payday loan institution out of Texas. Fault happened at the county level or the county's financial institution or by other means. The sheriff knows he didn't instruct it, and this is all under criminal investigation. Sheriff McNamee also brings up the need he has for the county to pay for his legal counsel and the fact that the county attorney being involved is a conflict of interest. This all happened January 30th, 2025. Well, there you have it. The top 11 most viewed episodes of this podcast of 2025. I know you realize, and I hope you do, that when I bring you podcasts, I'm bringing you the truth. Truth is freedom. If we don't have and know the truth, what are we? Sometimes I put my opinion out there for you as well. I do that because, like you, I'm human. If I see something I deem and know and feel is wrong, I will not let that pass without pointing it out. I know you, my audience, and you wouldn't want me not to either. So let's head into 2026 doing the right thing. Keep me in the loop when you hear or see something that the light needs to be shined on. I'll do my best to shine that light. I don't know what kind of year 2026 will be, but I do know if you and I are out and about with a positive attitude and shining truth for the world to see, it's got a pretty good chance of being great. Thanks for sharing my episodes, and thanks for watching. I'm your host, John Bain. Happy New Year, and stay friendly, Southeast Iowa.